This YouTube channel has made over $75,000 in the past 90 days. I don't show my face, I don't make any of the videos myself, and AI handles about 80% of the work for me. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how I've used AI to scale this channel to this point. So let's get into it. So there are 4 different jobs that I personally have AI do for me. And job number 1 is studying your competition. So let's say you've already got your niche locked in. And if you don't know how to choose your niche, after you watch this video, go watch this video on my channel. I go over exactly how to choose your niche and I give away my personal favorite niches. So the very next thing I do after choosing my niche is not immediately coming up with video ideas. It's identifying a handful of channels in that niche that are already performing well. And we'll use those channels to become the data that trains Claude. Now, I want to be very clear here. We are not straight up copying these channels. What we're doing is identifying the topics that are actually working and then using Claude to repackage them. That way they feel fresh and they're actually unique topics on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, Claude can also help come up with brand new ideas as time goes on. Overall, the more data we give Claude, the better. So I'm gonna quickly cover how to find channels in your niche. So let's say we're going into the celebrity niche. The first thing you wanna do is you want to essentially just search different keywords in your niche. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm just gonna search celebrity. From there, I hit the filters button in the very top right and I click on popularity. And then I'm going to click that again, and I'm going to click this month. That way I can find channels that are actively uploading. So right off the bat, we can find a bunch of different channels. We have Binge Central. And then if we keep scrolling, we want to go and find a few different channels. We have Stage right here. So I'm going to open up this one. I'm going to open up this one. And let's go ahead and just keep scrolling. So we have this one, Celeb Break TV, we have that one, we have Papa Ruz, and right off the bat, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different channels that we can use for data in order to actually train Claude. So this channel Stage is focused on, celebrities, but more so niched down to comedians. Binge Central is, has a bunch of different celebrity topics. Celeb Break TV, this one is definitely similar to Binge Central in a way, and Papa Ruz is also similar to, all of them as well. So just off one keyword search, not even scrolling a lot, about maybe a couple minutes, we already have 4 different channels that we can use in order to actually train Claude. So I take those channels and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get their recently uploaded videos. And the information I'm going to be getting is the titles, the view counts, and the upload dates. So once you have all of that data into a Google Sheet, right, I have 3 different channels that are in the same niche with the title, the view count, and the upload date for all 3 channels. I'm going to download each of these sheets as a CSV, and that's what I'm going to send to Claude. So this is the Claude chat right here, right? Each of those CSVs that I just showed you, and then this is the prompt that I'm going to be using. And with my prompt, I'm very specific. So what Claude does is fully analyze all of this data, but it's not analyzing it in a way of just,
oh, this did good and this didn't do good.
It measures every single video against its own channel average. So a video that did 200 times better than normal for that channel, that's really important information. And that's what I can use to scale my channel faster, right? That's a topic that actually popped. And here's the key part. Even if one channel is way bigger than the others, it's still going off each channel's own average. That way the data isn't skewed at all. It also compares all 3 channels together to find what's working well across all 3 and what's not working well across any of them. This lets me understand what topics perform well across the entire niche and what topics are going to not perform well across the entire niche. So I sent that, right? I sent the prompt along with all 3 CSVs, and this is the entire analysis, right? It's a very, very, very in-depth analysis. And going back to the point of having Claude analyze the entire niche, basically analyzing all of the data and comparing all the CSVs together, the biggest outlier across all 3 channels was hidden details you missed and breakdowns of specific shows. And you can go through and read all of this, right? It is genuinely valuable information to sit with and actually understand, but I'm not gonna do all of that here in this video, right? The point is, now I've got this analysis, Claude fully understands the niche. And that's what we use to scale our channel. It's also the perfect stepping stone into job number 2, video ideas. So job number 2 is probably the most important piece of all of this. And like I said, it piggybacks right off of job number 1, the competitor analysis, because now Claude actually understands the niche. Job 2 is getting your video ideas. And most people at this step, they just go straight to Claude and say,
Claude, give me video ideas.
And I get it, this is the exciting part. A lot of people, however, don't really understand how to use Claude properly as a tool. So that's where they go first, right? They go straight to just asking Claude to make video ideas. But if you do that, here's what happens. You end up looking like every other channel in the niche. The same topics, the same packaging, the same angles. You're pretty much just blending in. So you don't want to just say, give me video ideas. You want to follow these steps. That way you're unique, you stand out, and you scale a lot faster. So before I have Claude make a single idea or a single title, I want it to help me figure out how I'm going to stand out. And I use this prompt right here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. That way you can properly see it. I use this prompt right here. And you'll notice I'm just being very conversational with it. I'm kind of just talking to it because at this point, I treat Claude like a channel partner. That first prompt, right? This prompt right here was super in-depth, super strategic, and super surgical. But once Claude already has that analysis, you can just pretty much treat it like a partner and talk to it the way you would talk to a real channel partner. So this prompt is just having Claude identify 5 different ways I can stand out. 5 different ways to take the same proven topics that are already working across the niche, but package them so that my channel is unique and my topics are unique. And these are the 5 angles Claude gave me. So we have the details you missed, the single show ongoing investigation, hyperscoped roundups, the contrarian take breakdown, the decode the upcoming slate channel. So these are the 5 different angles that Claude gave me. So it took everything it learned from that analysis and came back with this kind of stuff. And as you recall, the top performing outlier in the niche was hidden details you missed. That was the highest performing format in the entire niche across all the channels that I sent it. But what it's saying is to point it at movies instead of TV shows because nobody's doing that. Or pick one show that nobody else has claimed and become the channel for breaking that show down every single episode. So it's the same proven topics, just angles nobody else in the niche is doing. So now at this point, I've got 5 angles. And here's the important part. I don't want to just go and pick one. I don't want to sit here and guess which one of these 5 angles is the best. I want the data to tell me. So this is the next prompt. What I'm doing here is I'm letting Claude know I'm not picking favorites. I want to run all 5 angles for the first month or 2 on the channel. So now this prompt has Claude do 2 different things. First, take everything it already knows about the niche and go do deep research. Find the TV shows, the movies, the stuff that's actually hot right now in what's currently coming out, and then build me 3 video titles for each one of these angles, using the templates that actually performed the best from Claude's previous analysis. And these are the titles that it gave me. These titles are built on proven templates pinned to real things currently coming out. So they've actually got high demand the moment that I upload these videos. And I'm actually going to use all of these titles, right? It gave me 3 title variations for each of the 5 angles. And I'm going to use all of them, right? I'm not gonna sit here and decide what's good and what's not good. I want the data to give me that answer. So I upload all of them. Then once they're actually uploaded, I look at the analytics. I see which angle is actually getting the best results. results. And then I start cutting the fat, which cutting the fat means dropping what's not working and doubling down on whatever's performing the best on the channel. That's the whole point of this business, right? You don't guess your way to having a successful channel. Instead, you can just let Claude give you a fair set to test. You put them all out on your channel and you let real data crown the winner. So now that we have video ideas that we're going to be uploading, job number 3 is going and building out your SOPs. And SOPs are essentially just standard operating procedures. It's a document that lays out exactly how something gets done step by step. That way, it gets done the same way every single time. And the work you get back is actually consistent. So on my channels, I've basically got an SOP for everything. How we write the scripts for specific topic clusters, how we make the thumbnails for specific topic clusters, and how we actually edit the videos. It also lays out what the standards are so that anybody following the SOP procedures will get the same quality results every time. And this is huge if you've got multiple people in the same position. So let me walk you through the exact process that I use to make an SOP. And I'll do it for my script writers. That way you've got a clear picture of how it works for basically any position on your team. So the first thing I do is I go to a successful channel in the niche, like the channel Heavy. This is a channel in the celebrity niche. This channel is pulling good views consistently. So I go to one of the videos that has performed well recently, like this one 6 days ago, 30,000 views. And then I'm going to go to the description of the video. In the description, there's a button that says show transcript. And if you've got vidIQ installed, once you click that button, down here, you will see copy transcript. So you can just click on copy transcript. So I do that for about 5 videos. 5 different videos. I grab the transcripts and then I paste them onto a document. Then inside Claude, I'm going to send this prompt right here. Again, this is another prompt that I built with my prompt maker, and I've got a whole video on my channel showing you how to set that up. So make sure to go ahead and watch that video after this one. So I send this prompt right here along with those 5 transcripts from the 5 different videos that I got from the channel. And here's what this specific prompt does for me. It works in 2 phases. Phase 1, it runs a deep analysis across all 5 scripts. What it's gonna do is reverse engineer the exact writing formula that these scripts use. The hook, the structure, the way they transition from one clip to the next, the tonality, the pacing, literally every single detail from those 5 scripts. So this is phase 1, the analysis. This is essentially just Claude analyzing the scripts. That way Claude can properly write the SOP for you. And then phase 2, it takes that analysis and actually builds the SOP, a step-by-step writing process, a hook formula, a whole library of transition templates, voice and tone rules, a do and don't checklist, even a final Q&A pass. This is something a writer can actually follow. So as you can see, this is phase 1, the deep analysis. And this is phase 2, the SOP, right? This is the full output. This is now my SOP for my scriptwriters. But after I get this SOP, from there, I'm going to have Claude turn the whole thing into a clean docx I can actually give to my writers. So this is that prompt. I'm basically just saying, hey, turn this into a docx that I can give my scriptwriters that is super easy to understand, right? I want it to be super easy to understand. And this is what Claude provides me. Once this actually loads up, I can then show you. All right, there we go. This is what Claude actually provides me. As you can see, it's very in-depth. It's very easy to understand, right? It's a clean, color-coded document, green for good examples, red for the warnings. This is made in a way so a brand new writer can read this and produce a script that matches what I'm looking for. And now what I typically do at this stage is I'll go through and read it myself. Because if I can't understand this SOP and I send it to my writers and then my writers have questions about it, that's a problem, right? So I want to make sure I can actually understand it and that it's genuinely easy to use. So that's the SOP for my scripts. And that's the whole process of actually getting an SOP made. And I recommend doing this for every topic cluster on your channel. So if you've got multiple clusters of videos you're uploading onto your channel, Each one should have its own SOP for how to get that video made. The scripts, the thumbnails, the editing. You should have an SOP for every piece of the video. Okay, so job 4 is making sure you're actually staying on top of what's working in your niche. Any niche is always changing, and you've got to be able to adapt and stay on top of where that niche is heading. The channels that don't succeed are the ones that find one thing that works, one thing that gets them to kind of pop off or see some sort of traction, and then they just never steer away from it. And of course, that's going to get run into the ground because the niche you're in is going to change and it will move on without you. So staying on top of what's working is incredibly important. And this kind of comes right back to job number 1, competitor forensics, studying your competition. So what I always recommend my clients to do is keep a sheet with a list of all of their competitors and just constantly add to it. The more you have, the better. So I've got this list right here, and this one only has about 6 channels in the celebrity niche. But like I said, I recommend growing this list over time. The niches I'm in, I've got around 50 different channels for each one, and I'm constantly adding to those lists. My biggest list for a single niche is about 100 channels. And even if a channel doesn't get a lot of views, I still add it to the list because if they end up having one video that pops, that's really good data to have. Now, for this task, I do actually use Manus. And the reason is this is more of an agent task. Manus is really built for that kind of thing. So what I do is I take my list, right? I take this list right here and I include that list in my prompt. And this is the exact prompt that I use. And it's basically having Manus go through all of these channels and identify anything that's shifting in the niche. Anything that's changing in terms of their topics, anything that's performing better, any topic cluster that's starting to outperform the rest, and then Manus is going to send back a full report. So this is the entire report right here, and it does also include it on a document so you can easily download it and read through it. I have Manus do this about once a month across every channel on any sheet that I have for any niche. That way, I'm always on top of what's changing. As you can see, this is incredibly in-depth and I have a ton of information about what's changing in the niche. That way I can stay on top of any changes, any topic cluster that's pulling ahead, anything new happening across all of these channels. And that's what keeps me ahead of everyone else. Okay, so everything that I just showed you, I actually built into a free resource that you can go use right now. It's called The Vault, and it's basically every internal tool that I use to run my channels. There's a database of 49 niches with the RPMs, the competition levels, the entire breakdown. There's also a tool that audits any channel in seconds. There's the exact prompt pack that I use inside Claude and every AI that I personally use. There's also a 30-day launch roadmap, the hiring playbook that I use to build up my teams, all of it for free. There's no catch, right? I'm not selling this. It's the same stuff that I actually use to run my own business and you can have it. So if you're serious about building one of these channels, click the link in my description or click the card here.